As your team moves forwards with the rest of the day, your team managed to defeat and secure another city. With only two remaining, you had deduced that it might be some much needed downtime, some away time from the fighting. Getting the king the info, a few other teams have been dispatched to either investigate take care of the other two cities or the like. Okay, yeah. And we'll see what happens with them. Your payment for the last leg of your journey will be sent to where you're heading towards, but unfortunately, along the way, you managed to get into a city that is very close to the one you're heading towards. But with a bounce back effect, you managed to get into a more desert area. It was already desert beforehand. You were going to contend with that anyways, but it just depended if you went north or south. With the caravan leaving in 2 weeks, your team definitely has some downtime if you decide to take it, or will try to trudge in the desert. And other than Dust, no one has ever done that. So, more or less for safety reasons, you had decided to wait the time. As well as, downtime is downtime, no matter what city you're in. Dust's old friend, comrade, I'm going to go with comrade at the very least, said they're going to help out and look into things, definitely get you a spot in the caravan. But maybe they can persuade someone to take you guys a little ahead of schedule. But we'll see how that goes. They told you about a nice tavern in the area you could take a respite at. And this is where you're currently at. You enter into the Calling Crow. I forgot what its actual name was, but it had crow as the second word. You enter inside without an issue, and there you find a nice, weathered, worn by the sun and the heat, elven woman inside of a nice, rinky-dink bar. It is nice to look at, but overall, not what you're usually used to. Inside, you do have a whole bunch of signs with profanity and some random things that just say free beer for intelligent people. That sign is old and weathered, so you don't believe it's used that often.
Excuse me, ma'am.
What can I do for you?
Can I mark off some of those letters that are not appropriate for some of the younger people? I nudge, I kind of shift my head towards Fauna,
Fauna, the 23-year-old. We don't allow kids in here. They should be fine.
Okay. Well, I'd say Aunt Opal.
Not your aunt, but yeah.
Opal, yes. Can you keep Fauna from looking at those words, or at least be mindful so she doesn't learn them?
Okay.
They're not good for her to say, because I know that they're not gonna be. She's gonna start to read them, and then she's gonna know that they're not good words, and then she's gonna say them, and then we don't want that. Okay.
Nikolai, she probably knows more than she.
Well, I mean,
we actually see.
She knows more, but does she know that it's bad for her mentally?
She just looks at you quizzically. Unless they're marked with a curse, I think they should be fine.
Okay, maybe I'm being too protective. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Well, do you have a room that we can have?
Actually,
can you rent out a room? Sure. You can't just have it. This is a business. Clearly, I'm not going to give anyone free beer today.
Of course.
How many days?
Sorry.
How long are you staying?
Be here 2 weeks.
Okay.
How long are you staying here?
2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have us, or is that too much time?
It's fine. Individual rooms or 2 big rooms? Cheaper for 2 rooms.
I think
Less
we will
space,
go
though.
with the 2 rooms.
All right. 2 weeks here, that's 14 days. Usually it's 5 silver for a day, but since you're staying so long, I'll round it down to 2 gold, give or take.
Oh no.
A gold.
Ada's power went out.
Oh.
Yeah.
She did warn us.
I know. Okay.
I knew it was going to happen.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take out. You said 1 gold.
Yeah, rounding it down.
Okay, I'll just take that out of the party fund. Fund.
You take out 1 gold out of the party fund. Yeah. You take it out, and she does state, it doesn't cover meals and drinks. It'll cover water, I
Maybe.
guess.
I mean, how many gold is cover meals and drinks?
Looks at the top of the sign that she's currently underneath.
We'll pay for it as we go.
I thought.
Okay.
You pay the gold, and she hands, I'm gonna say Dust, since he's been the most adult here. She does hand you 2 set of keys. This one leads to the room up top. The right section, main room, and the other one is the left section, main room.
I did address you as ma'am, so you have. I mean, I'm formally.
Thank you.
Right. Enjoy your stay. Festival's happening in about a week. If you're still here, I don't know, maybe something magical will happen.
Wait.
We'll see.
What festival? Dust.
Would I happen to know this? What festival's coming up?
Yeah, you
'Cause-
heard a rumor of it, honestly, in the last town.
yeah.
Uh,
That's
Go
what I
ahead.
was thinking.
Yeah, go ahead and roll history. It won't be that hard. That's a 4.
Oh.
It's not a 1. I said it wasn't going to be that hard.
Oh, that was. I mean, that's. Yeah.
You can tell that the upcoming festival isn't another Sundering. It's nothing like that. You know it as the Harvest Festival. It's a simple festival when people take out their root vegetables, everything they've grown and cropped, and prepare it, for the harvest. Which just means, hey, people are done planting for the season, because next season's winter, and no one plants during that time.
Ah.
They're bringing it. It's after they've brought in everything.
Yeah.
So,
Once everything's been brought in, they use a good chunk of that harvest to, just throw out a festival. Like, hey, we're probably not going to see each other for a while. Some people are going to be traveling to home, others, etc., etc. So it's nice party. It happens everywhere. There's a good enough farming area, which was in the last one as well. However, in this case, their main export and import, well, not import, but export is salt. So it's just, they have a lot of money right now, so might as well spend it when they can.
yeah, it's probably very much along the lines of other people brought the festival tradition in, and they came to this city, and they're just like, oh, okay, let's do this.
Yeah. The festival also has another name, but with a 4, you're not going to get that.
Yeah.
You usually know it as the Harvest Festival. It's not that uncommon to hear it by that name. But there is another name attached to it, which you don't remember right now. But she does state, in about a week. Still here, congratulations. If not, enjoy your journey. Unless you have business with me, still, I think we're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
so
Have a
for the
good
time being.
day.
Yeah, room's yours. She just doesn't go anywhere. She just looks to the left. Stop. More or less ignores you.
Well, nice lady.
Okay, we'll go up to the rooms.
Okay.
How many beds are in each room?
You go into the area where the rooms are, and there are 2 beds per room, so a total of 4 beds. It is rather spacious, and the beds themselves are pretty big, but honestly, the beds would only carry maybe 3 people if they really cuddled in, or like 2, and they would be fine.
So
There's plenty of
essentially-
floor space, and you guys do have your adventurer's kits, which have sleeping bags, so you'd be fine with space. That's not an issue. Whisper does state. Right then. Girls one room, boys in the other one. I feel like that's unfair, but I don't know. First thing that came to mind.
I suppose that would work. Amara, is there a study? I mean, how many? We have 2 rooms, correct?
2 rooms, 2 beds. Each bed is big enough for 2 people.
2 rooms in each bed, or 2 beds in each room, or just
2 beds in each room. We have 2 rooms.
Okay.
So
well,
we have enough bed space to fit comfortably 8 people. There are only 7 of us.
I'm a little bit surprised we cut corners. This only cost a gold.
Whisper does stay plenty spacious, and it's not like we're in want of money. So I guess we could get more rooms, but do we really need any more rooms?
I mean, I suppose it's better that we are aware about each other's mental state, but I mean, I thought that this was kind of like to be more more relaxed and comfortable and take it easy for a while, so we don't have to cram into 1 or 2 rooms.
No, this is quite a bit of space.
Sure.
Like this is quite a bit of space, and we're going to be relaxing for 2 weeks. The really relaxation will happen once we get back to Yupta.
Okay. Oh, we lost. Oh, there she is.
Oh, back.
Well, what's in Yupta?
That's where we're going.
Well, I know, but like,
that's where I'm from.
What does relaxing
Where I
do?
have been. Well, there's my master, who probably can help out a great deal many of us. There's, of course, my family, who will be able to put us up to some extent.
Okay.
Between my family and my master, we should be able to be put up for quite a bit. Then there's also my personal workspace, which will aid me in actually making this blade that I have to make for Ventar.
Well,
so
from this day forth, until you finish your blade, I will be studying and not worrying about any kind of battle.
It's a nice goal you set for yourself.
And Ada, you should probably be aware of how you are doing. I just hope that I'm here, and if you need anything, I'll also be here. But I'm going to keep my head straight and keep focusing on the positive.
The game real quick. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest before I go back in. I don't know if it's because I don't have much very good connection. I heard nothing Nikolai said because every now and then it just skipped or dragged along.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with issues.
Cliff notes. Nikolai was just asking where we're going, and Duster said, "Yupta, we're going there because that will be probably the best place to recuperate. That's where we have access to Dust's mentor, master. And she would be able to help us out quite a bit in just the healing process potentially. Very knowledgeable. probably get free, at least room.
Yep.
With my family, my master.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dust Workbench is there, but Nikolai just essentially said, I'm just going to be studying, trying to get my spells back.
I mean, I'm available. I'm just not like, hey, if you need me, I can stop studying and help you do whatever you're trying to do. But that's my yeah.
He's just not going to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
At least too crazy.
Well, hey, if you need like to do like a heist, or I mean, if you want to like get revenge on your little friend, or try to go find some clothing, or you want to have some kind of mental quarry with the devil inside you, I'm there. I'm your guy. Yeah. I didn't say that. I hope I didn't say that. That was more of like just a general smug, like sarcastic phrasing.
Okay.
Okay. But yes, I'll be here if you need me. That's me in game. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Honestly, we probably should get some new clothing. Obviously, we kind of stand out a little bit. Right now, I'm just... I don't know.
We lost her again.
Yeah. That's yeah. Welcome.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Is it harder to get the connection with is it harder to get the connection with the stream going up, or
I think honestly I might just type in the Discord chat to
let me get the stream then.
This to happen. It's not the stream, I think. It's been happening before the stream was open, so
okay. I didn't know if it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
no, the stream hasn't done anything. I
okay. I didn't want to blame it. I just didn't want to make it worse. So sorry.
I got a question for you, Anna.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time that you done a total shutdown of your phone? Because you're doing Discord off of your phone, right?
Yeah.
So, essentially, Ada wants to get new clothes, and
Yep.
Personally, I feel I agree. I'm about the only one who's not out of place here. Usually, I'm the one who's out of place.
You want more clothes?
Of course, and we have to get some clothes so that it will be better to actually cross the desert.
You do see that. Go ahead.
Oh, and even though we will be traveling with the caravan across the desert, we'll make it easier. But we still want to get the proper gear.
Oh. I don't know. Lead the way, I guess.
You do see, like, moments later, Amara does come in from one of the rooms you're not currently using, fully changed into her new clothes. She quite literally went shopping before you guys left the other day.
Okay.
She did invite people, but no one brought...
Didn't even remember doing that, but okay. Yeah.
Like, before Nikolai and Ada went to go, like, have a serious talk, she's like, oh, in case you need me, I guess I'll go clothes shopping. I can do it today, I guess. Come find me if you want.
Wow. Oh, yeah, she didn't have to look over fauna.
Yeah, so she's covered. Everyone else, not so much.
How can you hear? Can you hear us, Data?
Yeah, everything's good now.
Okay,
It
cool.
took a while because I had to connect to everything, and that's what I was worried about. But I'm all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Usually, if your phone kicks you out of programs just by turning it off and turning back on, it fixes the issue.
Well, that's good to know.
Usually.
Usually,
Yeah. Usually.
not all the time. It's just the
Yeah.
50%.
No. Like if your phone is like over 3 years old, then yeah, there's a problem there.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, the Winston. Hey,
He's
there
gone.
he is.
His is not a jewelry store, so it's not needed. Sorry.
Okay.
His is a jewelry / crystal store, so it's not needed. You go into the bazaar once more without too much of an issue. You go into a nice tapestry store, ask them where we can find clothing, and eventually lead to the right direction. It doesn't take long until you find a nice, dapperish looking man, a nice trim suit. Totally is completely out of base of this area. In fact, you would believe he'd be far more sweatery in this type of clothing. However, he does state, oh wait, he's going to be small until I make him big. With a nice enough complexion, a little darker than normal wood elf, but not by much. You can tell he has a more tan demeanor because his skin has been tanned by the sun. Looking towards you, he does state, greetings. The name's Marquis. How can I help you? Obviously, you came to my store to shop for clothing.
Most
Okay,
definitely.
go ahead, Dust. You talk to him first.
We are looking to get some more clothing that is a little easier to get around in these hot temperatures. At least for the majority of my party. Probably some finer things, some travel wear, most definitely. But we're also looking to get some items to help us with crossing the desert. Probably some turbans as well as face
Yep.
scarves. And
Right. What you want is turbans as well, yes, but mainline bodied clothing that can repel most of the sun's rays. We do have a few magical items that can do that, or if you just want standard clothing, we can provide that as well.
Like a ring of like some kind of clothing ring or protection clothing. What do you? I'm not sure.
That as well. Not unsure what you imply there. But
I'm
yes,
not, I don't know. I've never been here before.
that's fair to say. Well, my general store is one of clothing. From goblin to dragonborn, we sell all between. You seem like a nice, decent enough human male, I assume.
Yes, I am.
For you, I would venture to go with a nice turban with a well, to you, I suppose the best way you would examine it is a dress. It's a nice individual one set of clothing where you put it upon yourself. You would have to remove your armor, of course, but it would cover you quite heavily, and you wouldn't be burned from the sun's rays itself. It would be cooler than what you currently wear, but I would suggest buying a nice light coat if you do intend to be walking out at night. I can sell you both for a coveted amount of 5 gold. Shouldn't be that much.
Oh. Do you have any more I don't know. I guess is it cheaper to get the just regular kind dust? I would suppose, yes. That sounds an obvious question. Why did I say it?
it is cheaper, but I recommend getting the finer stuff. It will protect you better. It tend to
So
be
if no, I'm looking for more of like what if we look for like magical detective against sun rays. Is that what we're talking about, or is that something different?
Right now, he's just offering you standard clothing. Well, very
Okay.
high-end standard clothing.
Okay.
So you will look great no matter what. It's just, it all depends on what you want.
Okay. So out of game, I'm gonna just tell you what I want. I'm just gonna ask for more of a, like, what I'm trying to find is a magical kind of clothing that fits with the attire, but it also might be a protective, like give me, I don't know, like +1 AC or something, or I don't know.
And you want that alongside the clothing you already bear.
Well, I mean, I don't have to wear. I just change the clothing. I don't have any armor on.
All right, then. If you wanted to wear the same stuff you have on there, we can enchant it as well. It will take some time, but it's not an issue. But if you want another set of clothing that we already possess, that's not an issue as well. I would suggest perhaps... you want a protection from potential danger based off of what you've told me. I would go with a shawl of +1, which is honestly just a amulet of +1 to AC, just in a shawl instead of, an amulet. They do state it will boost up your AC by 1, and ultimately it will keep you cool in the area. Like a cold stone.
Cool. I'll take that, and the full clothing set.
The full clothing set, as I mentioned beforehand, is 5 gold, and the magically enchanted shawl would be 50 gold.
Beat. Okay, so 55.
Which is quite a
gold.
steal.
So I'm gonna give him 55 gold from me, and I'll pay for how many people do what they need. Do we need?
He does state the shawl is a magically attuned item, so if you do wear it, it does take up one of your attunement slots.
Gotcha.
I don't think Nikolai has anything attuned, so you should be fine. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. I don't believe I do. No. Well, I have the light. I think the Scepter of Cantrips is attunement. I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. And then I don't think anything else is.
You have 3, so you should be fine. It just takes up another one.
Okay.
So you just have one more open. Okay. Marquis does say, I have a few more, but he goes in the back, comes back. I have 2 more. The sets of clothing isn't an issue, but the magical set of clothing is. There are other shops you can look for, I suppose.
Sorry, I'm just looking around.
Okay. You look around the shops without too much of an issue. All of you can easily do so. Nikolai, prepare to purchase this set of items. And thus you do see that his clothing is quite nice. His work, his tapestry skill is impeccable. You can tell that the tapestry sailor, which just means the guy that sells material for either bags, clothing, or other things, sent you here because they likely purchased their material from him. However, you can also tell that he is very good at his job. Looking at a set of clothing here and there, you do see that there is a nice set of desert armor, which just means it has a resistance to fire, which is actually pretty good, but very expensive at 500 gold. But if you purchase it, it's yours. You also see that there is another set of armor that has, well, not armor, but clothing that has the cantrip known as, blanking on the word, cold knife that has been altered to keep the wearer cool. But if the wielder is a spellcaster, could potentially use that cantrip Ice Knife, not Cold
What?
Knife, can potentially use that cantrip or spell to its actual effect and shoot it out.
What?
Oh shoot!
That sounds fun.
Like, this person has been altering spells to use the effect of things without necessarily, putting people in danger. If you're cunningly trained, you might be able to alter it once more.
That sounds like Nikolai's alley. Because he does cold spells. So, yeah.
I'm
I don't know.
definitely going to pick up something in this style. I put a picture in some clothing like this for travel wear, and I put a picture up in Discord.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Let Dust finish, and then I'll see if I can do something.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to pick up something a bit more loose too. I'll pick up definitely some more. Let me get another picture. I'll get basically these two outfits for myself.
Marquis does state, both sets of clothing aren't that difficult to find, but based off of your own current wear and attire, I assume you want the best material rather than the standard most people have.
Oh, most definitely.
Very well then. Let's see. The first one is one that you can wear either in cold or heat, so that itself is not too difficult to find. Just based off the material cost, it's looking at 15 gold. The second one is a little more loose, but it's something you would wear to an event, gala, or just to show off your own self, as one would state. The material itself would have some gold leaf upon it and silken robes. So you're looking at another 15 gold. So in total, 30 gold.
And I'll straight up pay for it.
Very well then, sir. Takes money, exchanges it, and they're brought to you in nice brown bags that you can easily open up. So you can tell if they're robbing you or not. They're not. You open it, it's fine. But he does state, if you want them magically enchanted, we could definitely do that, but it will cost another sum of money, depending on what you want. And then after that, it would require some time.
I'm actually very much acquainted with this area. I'm personally from Yupta, so not too far. So I am more accustomed than some of my comrades to this environment.
Our sister city. Well, if there's anything you need, just let me know.
I will.
Of course. Anyone else in this team or group?
Yes. So I noticed that there was this. Did you say you had a cloak that can use a spell of some kind?
Well, of a few, and they've been altered with spells. For example, takes out a cloak. This cloak here has been altered with the first level spell known as Ice Knife. It, instead of shooting out towards an individual and coating the area with frost, it coats the wearer with a nice cooling breeze all over the body. Not until recently, where I learned that an arcane enchanter or perhaps an individual that is knowing of magic could alter it to actually use and release the spell. However, thankfully enough, I've enchanted it well that it comes back after a long rest. Do be advised of that in case you try to resell it, and give the individual fair warning that they might have a weapon on them.
Could I? How much? If we give you the one I bought first and trade that one in, how much would the difference be?
Well, you've never removed it from the wrapper, so I suppose I can give you back the money. But the total price for this one, since it is enchanted, would run you 100 gold.
So another. I'll just give you the 20, or how much would it? Wait, no, 55. So 45 more. Yes. Dust.
I Dust will say, just to let everybody know, like beforehand, that if need be, because this is a very different environment, we could use the party fund for payment for the close.
Oh, okay.
Also, you do lose the plus one.
Well, I'm fine with that. I'd rather have an ice knife spell. That's a
true.
free spell.
That's fair. Yeah.
So,
You do lose the cooling effect if you decide to release the spell. It does come back after a long rest, so it doesn't disenchant after you use it, but you only get a one shot, one kill.
What is it? A first level spell? Or can you cast it at a certain level?
It was enchanted as its base level, so it'd be first level.
Okay, cool. I'll just
you can definitely hire him to enchant other things, well, in clothing specifically, to upcast it, but he would have no reason to. But that is one of the wares, and I suppose since you are thinking of transferring this item to the other one, I suppose we can just do that. That is fine. I do have other sets of clothing if you're looking into, I suppose, elemental
yes,
aura around you. There is this one. He takes out another coat. This one here has the spell known as Hellish Rebuke. You would obviously wear it at night, and it heats up the body quite well, so you don't freeze to death.
How cold? Oh wait, it gets that cold at night?
You've
yes,
never been to the desert, cold. Have you?
Not that I remember.
Yes. I suggest you don't travel at night or go outside of the bordering city.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Don't go out of the border of the city.
You'll
likely freeze to death.
Oh. Okay. Sounds good to me. I mean, I'll take your advice. I mean, we have a local. He's from here, around here.
Right. Anyways.
But still, ideally, you would not. If it gets extremely hot here in the day, but it can get extremely cold at night.
I see.
Well, that's good to know.
Thankfully enough, we are in a city, so most protective wards have been erected. So you should be fine, so long as you're in the city. So though, other than you, sir, looks at Dust, I take it you're all foreigner, so tell you what, the next thing you guys buy at my shop, 10% off.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Returning business, perhaps. And if not, my name gets out there. So, anything else you would like?
Dust, did you take... yeah, well, I didn't know. I didn't take the money out of the bag of holding or the party fund or not.
So, just let me know how much you're going to take out of the party fund.
So,
Dust himself paid
45,
for his out of his
45.
Own okay, you
45
want 45 out of the party fund?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You exchange +1 to gain Ice Knife.
Yes.
Close. Very well then. Takes it back. It's still wrapped, so he just reshelves it. Okay. Thankfully enough, there's not a shelving fee.
Interesting.
There wouldn't be. But either way. He does state. Anything else? Like, is there anything else your team is looking at or for? I also do commission work, so it all depends on what you need, and if I have it at the time, and if not, you can always commission it.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go first. I've been talking too much.
No, it's alright. I was just going to say I need a recommendation for clothing. I don't travel often here, and I have no idea what I should properly wear for the weather. It doesn't have to be anything magical. I just need something besides. She points at herself this outfit.
Mm. For you, I would recommend a nice gold-trimmed white. I'm blanking on the name, but it's like a nice, like long jacket that you wear over your body that you can easily surround yourself with.
Shawl.
Maybe. It also has a hood, but that's neither here or there.
You're
Blanking on.
talking about the thing that the Muslim women wear,
Yes,
right?
I thought that was a shawl. No?
might be.
Wait, no, that's a separate thing. Never mind. Hang I don't know what it's called. It's not.
They say the correct
I believe
thing,
it.
and they do.
Yeah.
And they do state, it itself would cover most of your body, and you should be fine. It wouldn't be magically enchanted, but you would be covered by both the heat and the cold. You could wear it over your standard clothing, provided you don't have armor on. If you do, I would recommend removing the armor, as it would cause a lot of sweating in that area. Other than that, you should be fine wearing that alongside your standard clothing. It would keep whatever body heat you have in, and any heat that tries to be absorbed out for the most part, so long as you're not, I suppose, standing directly in the sun for, say, 5 hours. Hopefully none of you are that dumb. He makes a joke. You think.
Mm. Well,
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking about
no,
something.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Nope, I have a long thing. Do your thing.
Okay.
The clothing would
Yeah,
cost
that-
5 gold, since it's easily manufactured and easily made. That being the case, though, I'm assuming you got sent here to me by, I'm assuming, someone else. So I would state that my prices are high, but only because they're quite designed. If you are looking for standard wear, but less well made, he puts up air quotes, you can also visit another store.
So I
You
have
are
a
spending a lot of
question.
money here, and I would rather not take too much from you. Go on.
So do you do clothing only, or more on any kind of garments, or like maybe say some kind of scarf or things like that, or some kind of interesting little
If it goes on the humanoid body, I can make it. If it goes
Okay.
on, say, a centaur's backside, I can't make that. That would be a blacksmith.
Okay. How good are you? Like, what is the peak of your skills?
Don't know if you meant for that to be a insult, but let's see.
No, I'm just testing you to see if I have something that I'm interested in you making, and I wanted to see if, because it's sentimental, and I was wondering if you could do it, and it would take a lot of effort.
Dust will.
Don't really know if that's an insult, but I'm assuming it's something that you're not used to asking for people.
Yes,
Um,
Dust.
Dust will say, just looking around his shop here, he's a very good craftsman.
See,
Very good quality. So you can
Okay.
probably leave it in his hands.
He does
all right.
tell you that the most intricate thing I've made, since I've never really had to make it other than by request, was this nice set of clothing that was able to imbue the wearer with flight, prestidigitation, and thaumaturgy. It's quite hard to infuse one thing, let alone 3 things, in the same set of what you're making.
How about infusing? So, are you a believer in the essence of something sentimental?
Are you talking about love? No
No,
offense, sir, but we
just
just
like-
met.
Just items. Something having items having value in their emotional attachments.
That is called sentimental value, and yes.
Yes. Can that be put into a item that would all be combined into something that you could wear?
Yes, but it'd be quite dangerous.
Well, I'm wondering if I would fuse probably like 5 or 6 items that I have of friends that I've met on my travels into one item that I could have and possess that I would carry with me.
What exactly are you asking for before I say yes or no?
Can you create a scarf that carries the items of my friends that I've met in my travels?
What are the items?
So I have a guitar pick, I have an amber leaf, I have a medal, I have a and I have a piece of a dragon horn, and then I have a letter. Like a letter, like a letter from an envelope.
Yeah, I assumed. Not like, I have the letter W.
Yeah.
The man looks towards...
And an
Above
sorry,
Gabe,
not
I'm
a
just-
leaf,
I'm just like,
an
what?
acorn. Sorry, an acorn.
Dust, you were saying?
Above game. I'm just like, what?
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
so
fun.
So from all the things I've had, I've always carried a fair amount of items. So when we met Startleaf, I took an acorn from him. When we had Finny, I kept a bronze medal from him. There was a sword. I think no, there was an ember leaf that I got from somebody, and then there was a guitar pick that I got with a dragon on it, and then there was the dragon horns that I collected when we defeated the dragon, and then we got a letter from the moon that was from what's her face? We just talked to her last session.
Julia?
I mean, not from Julia. The letter of the moon from
Wait. So you're making a basically.
I'm making a sentimental scarf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marquis does state that would be possible, but it'd be quite dangerous. You would be going into the affinity of love, which would be Soon's domain. The god Dis, technically, of love. She primarily consists of a portfolio of beauty, love, outward beauty as well, which are 2 separate things, apparently. He says in-game as well.
Okay.
With an importance of... I literally just read it. And affection. So this affection part would be correlated with what you have here. If we do not succeed in this type of endeavor, you may lose the affection you have towards these people. I would potentially be able to do this, but I would highly advise not doing it if you truly hold something so dear to your heart.
I didn't know it was that dangerous. I thought it was just making an item that I could just have and then not have to carry all these things individually in like a little box. But
Nikolai,
what?
it is when it comes to crafting items, there's always a very good chance that you will actually fail the first time in making them. Regardless of how good of a craftsman you are, there is a pretty good chance that you will fail the first time.
Okay. I mean, I just wanted to make something that was nice. Because we've been on a lot of journeys together, and I felt like all the people that we've met, the people that we lost.
Yes.
It was a little funny there, but okay.
Yes, It is a very good thing, but know that there is a very good chance that you could lose it. Lose those items.
I mean, honestly, I think having either, if I have something that they all are combined into something that could be a memento of all the things that we've had, I feel like I'd rather make it and have tried and then not have those memories to begin with if I'm not willing enough to give it all up.
It's not impossible. Also, out of game. How long ago did Ada drop?
About like 30 seconds ago.
Okay, hopefully they get back.
No longer than a minute or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the man states, we can attempt it. It's not impossible. It would just be hard with so many items. I can create something with less of them or a multitude of things with some of them separately. It'd be easier if just...
Well, yes.
Different.
I don't know. Well, what would you suggest? What kind of item?
If we have to make them a pair, which would be easier to make, an item of clothing that would be a pair of two. So perhaps... I am not sure, honestly. What is a pair other than socks that come in two? He contemplates.
Interesting.
The only things I can think of are like those armbands that go like on you, or like those shoulder things, or gloves, or socks.
I was thinking of like, maybe. I don't know if Nikolai would wear a sash. But I mean, a scarf is something that Nikolai would very much wear. It's just that he wouldn't wear two scarves.
It'd be a little warm, yeah. Like, again, it's not impossible if you want to make it one item, but it's just a lot to put into one item. There's a good chance to fail, but not by a long amount. And I'm going to give you... roll insight.
Okay, rolling insight.
Dust, you can roll insight too. You know how this kind of thing works.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. If you had to guess based off of how things work, and you've seen Dust make, for example, the giant egg. You had plenty of people there. You had a lot of things to work out and to deal with. Like, if you know your craft, if you know the help you need, but not fully the technical assistant work you need, you are able to create something wondrous and generous. Both 17s.
Nice.
Okay. You can tell with the right help, with the right conditions, with the right everything, this can be made without too much of an issue. Without any help and without any outside factors, this could still be made, but it might relate to, well, it might go into complications. Right now, you're looking at 50-50 if he decides to make it right now, since you know, based off of how he works and what he's shown you to make, he has a 50-50 shot.
Okay.
It can improve, it can get better depending on what you do or how things go. Or maybe if you can get another person that is of level with him to help him out.
Okay. I mean, I suppose we could try to look around and see what we could come across. And if you need any assistance, trying to make this item, I suppose we could find someone of equal skill and help. Hopefully they could work on it as well.
It would help, but I would recommend... I suppose I would recommend someone of equal skill, but if we are of equal skill, most of the time we are competitive rivals. So I can lead you to two, but again, if we are rivals, that is likely to assume that they won't help. You would have to convince them.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for the advice. I think we'll look around for now, but At least it was something to ponder.
Of course. I would state, though, that the item that you would be crafting would require a sum total of 300 gold, but it would give you a new boon. What that is, I'm not entirely sure, since there are so many things to be ingrained into said item.
Interesting. Well, we'll see what we can do, and I'll talk to somebody, and if that is a possibility. So.
Of course. You head out and he more or less states, by the way, it likely will be an attunement slot. Probably.
Okay. Gotcha.
I would think that we would have gotten something for Ada, as well as
Yes.
the other.
Oh,
three
for sure,
as
for
well.
sure.
Yeah.
Opal, Whisper, Amara, Fauna. Technically, Amara already had her clothing. But Ada, I think I already mentioned Ada's clothing, so she was fine. She got it all covered, 5 gold, since it was easily made, just very, very ornate. You guys still kind of stick out, but more because you are fashionable, and less because wrong set of clothing.
Yeah. With the 3 NPCs, will any of that come from the party fund?
Nah, they got them. They got themselves covered. Don't worry about it.
Okay, got it. I just wanted to.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
About that. So
Yeah. As mentioned beforehand, you never split the money with them. They have their own pools.
Okay.
They're not
Well.
fabulously wealthy, though. If they have to, they will ask for money. Nothing happens just yet. But yeah, they get
Yeah.
their own clothing. Fauna's is basically same set of clothing, just in white. Well, tannish brown, honestly. But she does state, okay, anything else we need to do?
I suppose that we could look for. Is there any kind of? I don't really know. I kind of want to. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to go talk to somebody. But I could do that back at the inn.
I think outside of this, making sure that we have this, we are fairly open to do what we want to do for the next 2 weeks.
What you want to look around, all
Yeah.
up to you.
Yep.
Um. Yeah, Dust, you can say something first, but
Okay.
something came to mind.
Dust is going to look around to see if he can find a shop with spell scrolls.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation. You won't get lost. You've been given directions, so
Yeah.
it'll just see how good of a shop you find.
25.
You find it's pretty good. Okay. You go into a little corridor section. From there, you go into a nice little main street. When you go into the main street, you ask a nice vendor, where can I find some spell scrolls? And they more or less look to the right and left of you, and they do state, yo, cop.
No.
All right, you want to go into the third back alley to the left, make way into that back alley, go straight from the right of the dumpster, and there you'll find a nice alley man with his wares. You didn't talk to nobody. You don't know who I am. You don't know who that person is. Is there anyone to ask? You got it?
Who did I talk to?
Exactly.
And then I'll just leave and follow those directions.
Okay. Follow back alley, room, back alley. Oh, dumpster, make a right. And there you find like a nice, well, not a nice one, but it looks like if you've ever been to the beach, and some people have like small little stalls with like jewelry on the ground because they didn't set up a table.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of
Yeah.
thing, but they have like small little parchment pieces of paper on the ground that say like fireball, lightning, call lightning, and stuff like that. This man or woman, it's kind of hard to tell, is dressed as if they're a criminal, because they may or may not be. You're not entirely sure. Hidden face token. That one will do.
And as I'm coming up, I'll actually disguise myself too using Mask of Many Faces.
Yeah. Convealing. That made no sense. Covering yourself up into a different visual point, which still makes no sense, but technically true. You come across a man hooded and garbed and fully masked up. Looking at his air quotes wares, they look towards you and simply state, "Welcome, traveler. What brings you by?" And do you speak thieves' cant?
No, I do not.
That's what I thought. Did anyone else join you? Or
I would have opened it up, just saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go look for some materials for the blade. Anybody can kind of go with me, but I'm not gonna specifically pull anybody away."
okay. Opal would be the only one interested in that based off NPCs. So Opal would at least be there.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing changes. She's just there now.
Yeah.
But go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have picked up the thieves' cant.
Yeah. So it was welcome, travelers. What brings you by today?
I hear that you have some spell scrolls that I would like to have a look at.
Oh, you're one of these kind. That will do. That will do just fine. What exactly are we in the market for?
Well,
Do you know, or should I give you a list?
I am looking for the spell Moonbeam. But I'm also open to purchase other items as well. But I'm also looking for moon-based spells.
Going lycanthrope hunting, are we? Well, that's fine. It's fine all the same. Moonbeam. He opens his jacket, and inside you do see a whole bunch of knives, crossbow. He's not attacking you, but you can tell he's ready to attack you if need be. But he brings out a stereotypical side of his jacket, and there you see a whole bunch of spell scrolls lining up the jacket itself. All alphabetically, because apparently he is a very good organizer.
Do they have kind of name tags?
They do. There you do see Moonbeam. It's organized alphabetically, so it's fairly in there, but you do find it. All right, then takes it out. Moonbeam, 2nd level evocation. It's there if you want it. 300 gold and it's all yours. But if you pay and look for more, I'm sure we can get you an arrangement.
I'm just gonna roll a perception check to kind of get an idea of what other spells he had. Just looking. 19. When he was looking for the Moonbeam spell.
Yeah, 19's pretty good. You can tell a good amount of them are not high-level spells, but standard spells that, if you are knowing of magic, you would know. They are mainly 3rd level and below spells. A lot of them cantrips.
Okay. Let me... I actually can't think of any spells right off the top of my head.
It's fine. I think in the compendium there might be a list of spells by level.
Yeah, I'm looking up something elsewhere.
But while you look up, he does state, I have a spell for frostbite, guidance, ceremony, detect good and evil if you're daring, or if you're not daring, rather. Arcane lock if you want to keep something locked and hidden away. Locate object if you want to find that thing. Skywrite if you want to profess your love in the air. Or perhaps suggestion if they don't love you back. Though I do have this one. Very hard to find. Destructive Wave, 5th level spell. Could be yours for 700 gold.
Very interesting proposition. Okay, why don't you head to take care of Nikolai while I'm looking. So, if you just above game,
Yeah.
because it might take me a minute.
Going back to the main road, Nikolai, what are you doing?
Nikolai would be walking around looking for another clothing man so that he could see if he could enlist him into this endeavor that he's trying to accomplish.
Investigation check, please.
Investigation. Let's find out. Investigation. Natural 1.
You end up in the back alley next to Dust.
Okay. Cool.
Comes from the left side instead of the right one.
Oh, hello, Dust. How are you? How did I get here?
The man quickly.
Like Dust. I don't look like.
The man quickly covers up his wares. You do see the small strips of paper on the ground that read like Mage Hand, Fireball, Presentation.
Can I do a perception check to see what he's trying to sell?
Sure.
Perception. That's an 8.
The small strips of paper on the ground seem to represent spells, so it could be spells. It could be like knowledge of where to find them. It could be spell scrolls. It could be
so
items of power.
My man, good fellow. I'm looking for someone that is very knowledgeable in making clothes and enchanting them. Do you happen to? I'm wondering if you could be of assistance.
Oh, a clothes enchanter, huh? Yes. There are plenty in the bazaar. Maybe you should go over there and.
Aren't
someone.
you the man? You're somebody. You're definitely the person that I'm looking for.
No, I deal with more archaic knowledge. There are 2 main guys I know in the bazaar that you might be able to find. One of them is known as Marquis. His prices are high, but he makes good things, I guess. The other one that I know of is known as Torel. She's pretty good.
Torel?
Yes.
Interesting. So are you sure you don't do any clothing? Because I could have swore that you did clothing.
No.
Okay. I'll make sure. Okay. Torel. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, good. Is Dust here? Or is he not here?
To the side.
Well, I'll leave you to it. Yeah. I wouldn't recognize him because Dust is not Dust.
Yeah, but
That's
Opal's
true.
right there.
Opal's right there.
But
She's
Opal-
looked towards you.
Oh, hi, Opal.
Yeah, hey. You going?
Yeah. Have a good one. Good luck. Bye. And then next you leave.
Yeah. The dangerous-looking man looks towards Opal. Friend of yours. Does the whole maybe, no, yes kind of hand-waving sign? He's likely gonna die if he doesn't
Yeah.
watch where he goes. Yes, no, maybe. Hand sign again.
Do you want me to roll investigation again? Or do I know
No,
where
he,
I'm
he
going?
tells you. He tells you. He just wanted you
Oh,
gone.
okay. Okay.
Without too much issue, you do find Torel. She is a rather whip thin, but not because she's malnourished. More because she's an elf, and most of them are whip thin.
Interesting.
But you do find a nice fiery. Let's see here. Oh, she's a sun elf. Cool. Looking
Wow.
towards you. Greetings, sir. Anything I can help you with?
Hello. Yes. So I'm interested in some clothing that you might be able to possess, or possibly a commission that I'm trying to do to make something.
I will likely have what you need, unless it's quite adventurous. What may I ask? What are you looking in for? Looking at, rather.
Well, I was told that you are one of the best clothing makers, enchanters in this area, and I was trying to make a imbued clothing scarf that had the essence of some mementos of past friends that I've met over my travels.
Not impossible, but very difficult if there's too many items. Too many conflicting emotions and too much intertwining non-connections could lead to...
As of so far, it would be 1, let me count, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 items. No, wait, yeah, 5 items, yeah.
I take it at least has the same type of emotional background.
All positive, yes.
Not impossible, but very problematic. Unless I have assistance in this kind of endeavor, it will likely come to no fruition.
I do have another person that's willing to help, but I don't know. I don't want you to see it as a negative, but more as maybe a growing experience to better yourself as a craftsman, if you would want to work with the other person.
I don't know if you meant that as an insult, but I am assuming no.
Wait, what?
The way you said it could have been seen as an insult. Like, maybe you can
like,
improve.
Hey, no, I was like,
no, I know.
Hey, you can be the better than the best, that you better than yourself that you were before.
Yeah, I know what you meant, Nikolai. She doesn't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say Markel, the person I talked to earlier. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Marquis, but doesn't really matter.
Marquis, yeah.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. Unless you do something else, it's just a flat roll.
I'll give can I give myself guidance, or is that going to be a negative against me?
I don't know. I know bards can't give themselves inspiration, but can the same caster give themselves guidance? I think so.
I'm pretty sure you can. I just didn't know if she's going to care if I'm casting magic in front of her or not.
I think she'd just find it weird.
So, I mean, I'm not. It says then it might.
I would have actually thought, like, how long does the guidance last?
Just for one time.
No, like, for a minute or?
Oh no, yeah, for a minute. Yeah.
A minute.
So that's a 16 with guidance.
Yeah. she's an enchanter of clothing, so she doesn't not know what you're doing. But she finds it more or less charming that you're trying to persuade her in this way. It's not as if she's not okay with it. It's more on the lines of, what do I get out of it other than maybe seeing
Well,
something that he can make? So
you can
she
give
is agreeable.
money. I mean, I'm willing to pay you very well.
I suppose if you pay the service fee and assistant fee, I can have him assist me.
I mean, it's however you see it. I mean, yes.
Something of that craftsmanship would likely be 300 gold. The
Alrighty.
individual artisan cost, however, would likely range from either 50 gold. With assistance, likely he'll have his own price, so I suggest you go with him to discuss it.
Well, you both have the same price per se, so I mean, I would probably just give you a bonus of working together, and I'll give you 100 bonus and give him 100 bonus for being cooperative.
Roll persuasion.
Are you kidding?
It's underneath a minute, so you still have guidance, I think.
Okay, so do you mean to roll it? Wait, no. Once you use it,
Oh, that's right,
it
right,
goes
right.
away.
I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Anyways, 12's pretty good. It's not bad. She does state, very well then, we can arrange it at 100 gold. Sorry, 500 gold total. Because you are paying for the time and the work. The item
Okay.
itself would be the material cost, which would be 300 gold.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I'm not talking about like the 5 items you already hold. I'm talking about like the forge and all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I'm willing to accept. Yeah, that's perfectly fine with me, as long as the material is very fine threads and perfectly crafted, and it seems like an interesting concept to make. So I feel like it'd be a challenge for anyone to make that kind of item.
I zoned out there. What was that?
I said, oh, did she or you?
Me, that's me.
Oh, I said, well, that would be, I would be willing to pay that amount, and I would hope that they would be the best quality materials to make this. It would be a scarf, and I would hope that you would be excited for some kind of this kind of challenge to make an item like this.
It would be an endeavor, but I should warn you. And she goes about the same thing that Marquis told you. It does
Yes.
fall along passion. Depending on what you do or what happens, that passion might be lost.
Gotcha.
Or that emotion, rather. So do advise against that, but with both of us assisting on this, it has a chance of 80% success right now.
Okay. Well, I would. I mean, if you would need somebody that would maybe be of some kind of assistance, if you need like a carrier of something, or I don't know, I suppose we could lend one of our companions that would just be a gopher or something, that they could fetch things if you're needing them, but don't know how much of a help that would be.
Unless you have an artificer or someone that knows the same type of systems that they do, I think we should be fine.
I think that we actually have someone that's very similar to that. She doesn't really understand magic and how magic spells work, but she knows how magic functions in a weird way. Not through magical means, but more of she just gets it.
Could be useful.
So I'll ask her and see if she would be willing to add something to it.
Right. Once you're ready, bring in the items to either of our shops, and we will call the other one in. It'll take 2 days
Okay.
from that point to create the item.
I can give them to you now, and then I'll go see if Marquise can come over, and then I'll talk. I'll talk to Opal first, actually, her, and then see what she says. So, but yeah, I'll be back.
All right. You head out.
Okay.
Dust, do you remember, or do you find something?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking up one final thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm good. Okay. So there's Moonbeam. Definitely taking that. Third, that's second level, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, you would know,
cantrip.
like, immediately. No one should
Yeah.
have this many spell scrolls.
Yeah. Especially if they're making them themselves.
Uh-huh. That'd be way too expensive.
Yeah. So definitely taking Moonbeam.
Hmm?
The cantrip Mold Earth. Third level spell Plant Growth. Third level spell Elemental Weapon. And then I'm going to ask about the 5th level Holy Ground.
Nineteen is pretty good. Holy ground. It is something I have, but if you're willing to pay the price, it can be yours.
How much is that price?
600 gold.
Deal.
For that spell scroll alone.
Yes, I was well aware that it was 600 gold for that spell scroll alone.
All right, then. So they go over the cost by valued. Cantrip spells are normally, because they don't really like to do math, 50 gold. He sells them for 75 gold. Level 1 spells go for 200 gold. Level 2 spells go for 300 gold. So, like, add a number, and it's 100 per.
Okay.
That's a lot of money. And since you've already bought a
Right.
scroll here and there, you can also tell that this is highly marked up.
Yeah. Highly marked, but I essentially have the pick of my spells, whereas in anywhere else, it's what they have.
Yep,
And I
and
can't
usually
really
not
ask for-
highly dangerous either.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at 1,750 gold.
A lot of money.
Yeah. He did say that he would do a markdown depending on how much I purchased, right?
Huh. He's just waiting to see if that's your total amount.
Yes, this is what I'm looking for.
Very well, then. You have bought a good amount of things. I suppose bringing, 200 gold down should be sufficient, since you've bought so much from me.
And that is a good price in my opinion. Because I don't think I would have found some of these spells any other place.
No, I don't think you would have. Especially since a lot of places are rather short right now. Gets all the spell scrolls set up, wraps them up together, presents them in a package. Do you exchange hands? Which just means do you give him money?
Yes.
Okay. He allows you to verify them to check them if you're a caster, and you can tell that these are spell scrolls. He's just not just giving you pieces of paper with Draconic on them.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why Opal was there, to be perfectly honest. You exchange hands, and money is exchanged, and you have the spell scrolls now. Opal does state, you must be a very good caster with a lot of money if you have all these spell scrolls, don't you? Oh, yes. A lot of money. And a great market system. Right. Wait. Did you give her a fake name?
I have not mentioned her name.
No. I mean, did you give her a fake name to call you?
I probably would have.
Okay. She just looks towards you. Jefferson, you good to go?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right. Looks towards the dark cloaked man. All right, we're gonna go. See ya. Have a great day. And you leave that back alley.
Yeah.
You can see he removes the scrolls that you just bought from the ground, and rearranges the pieces of papers again. When you leave the back alleyway, she does look towards you. So, I'm pretty sure he sold you stolen wares.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that too.
Yeah, let's not tell anyone.
Yeah, no. It was just we managed to get some really good some spells that we probably would not normally be able to get.
Probably. Don't know what he meant by other store owners having a shortage on their wares. Let's just not show the store owners these scrolls and we should be fine.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
You begin to make your way back to the team. Nicola, you find Marquis again.
Oh yeah. I would probably okay. I'll hey. Well, I talked to the
Torel.
lady that I forgot her name already.
Torel.
Zora. You said Zorel or Torel?
Torel.
All right.
Doesn't
I
matter.
talked to Torel. She said that she would be willing to create the item, and we could do it either at your shop or her shop, and it didn't matter. And I also have a companion of mine that is very skilled with artifice magic, and knowledgeable of magic and how the properties work. So I don't know if she could be of assistance or not, but I need to talk to her first. How does that sound?
That is acceptable. Let's see. Have you already spoken to her about the price for our time and labor, or has she just? Okay. Well, then I'll just say I will do as more than likely she has bargained with you. Set price.
Yeah. Yes. She said that they would be $300 each, and then there would be $100 charge for the labor, and then I believe that was what was said. Yes.
Above game? It was 100 each.
No, 300 each, and then $100 for labor. Or
no.
Each have $100 labor?
No, $300.
Go ahead.
It was 300 gold for just the materials.
Oh,
And
well,
then-
I was gonna give them $300 each, and then $100 labor.
You can do that. It'll just be $200 difference or gold difference.
I mean, I don't know if that makes it easier on them or not, but
It
I mean,
doesn't.
I would want it to be a very nice material. So
No, they're gonna make it
but-
nice no matter what.
Okay, so 300 material, so 500 gold, and then maybe like, I don't know, like a tip or something.
You can tip him if you want, but it'd just be 500 gold.
Okay.
Let's just wait on the tip just yet. I don't know. Maybe you won't like the outcome. He does state
Sure.
that should be sufficient enough. I would
Maybe
advise.
I'll tip Opal.
He does state. Very well then. Since you're already here,
Would you advise?
I was going to state, since you're already here, I would advise handing the items to me, and we can do it at my shop. But if you're already giving it to her, then I suggest doing the creation at her shop.
Yes. Here. I'll give you the items. So here I'm gonna state them all and lay them out on the counter so that you can get acquainted with them. So here, first item. It is the letter of the moon from my friend. Do I need to say their names?
Not necessarily.
This is the letter from one of the friends that I had and their royalty. I have a acorn from a friend of mine. I have a medal, a bronze one from a friend of mine. I have an amber leaf from another friend, from actually the same friend, but of equal value. And then I have a guitar pick that has a dragon on it from another friend. That was 5, right?
That's 5. Unless I counted wrong. They do state, very well then, so long as you know their names in your own heart, or at the very least have met them beforehand, the emotion still should be the same. In 2 days, you should be able to receive them later in the afternoon.
Alrighty. I will go ask my friend if she could assist you at kind of understanding, so getting some essences of the magic and weaving it into anything if you're needing that assistance. She's very good at that.
Sure. Not exactly sure what you mean. But
yeah,
if you know
it's
someone...
confusing to me as well.
Very well then. As long as you know someone that knows of the arcane, it should be helpful. If not, then it's still a good chance that we can succeed either way, but there is still a chance of failure. Whatever help you may strive to assist us with, more than welcome. You are the one that is requesting this item, after all.
Indeed. Well, I need to go make a sending call. Do you need any money now, or?
Preferably at least half the payment, but if you can not wait, or rather, if you want to wait, we can receive payment tomorrow.
Oh, here's 300 gold, and I just put that on the table, and then just say, when it's done, I'll give you all of the money, all the hourly wage.
Very well then.
And yes.
Signs a little receipt, says 200 gold left. Hands you the receipt, so you've already paid for 300, so 200 gold remains.
Okay. And then I'll go have a call with Julian.
Okay. You do see that he calls someone over from the street, and they go over towards the direction of Torwell. If you had to guess, messenger going to get her.
And I'll probably go find Opal while I'm talking.
Hey, this time you're all together again.
Yeah. How does the sending stone set? Does it just go bring and then it just picks up?
Kinda, yeah. It all really depends on what flavor the DM or character want.
Yeah. Oh man, okay, I gotta talk to her, man. She haven't talked to her in forever. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be horrible. Okay.
You called her yesterday.
Oh my gosh. I know, but I haven't talked to her. I haven't told her everything about. Nikolai externalizing, verbalizing what he's feeling because he hasn't talked to her about the magic thing yet.
That's fair.
Okay. Okay.
He hinted at it, but he didn't tell her.
Yeah.
Okay. Dust, can you call her? Okay, I can't. No, never mind. No, it's okay. I can call her. I can do this. Okay. Okay, here we go. And I push whatever the thing, arcane ruin, to like set. Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop. And you do get like a sound in the background, but you can tell it's not like her saying something. It's more like if you've called someone and something accidentally turned on their phone, so it got a
Yeah.
response. So in like a little bit of a distance, you do hear like bows firing, weapons being drawn and clacked at each other, as if something or someone is fighting in the distance. Not that far away though. But you can tell that a whole bunch of, if you've ever seen any movies having to do with like raids and busting someone down for like possession of weapons or drugs or something like that, and
Yeah.
they go in, break down the doors. It's that noise in the background.
Okay.
Someone steps close enough that you can hear their voice. Two people actually step within that area of vocal range. They're shouting at each other, so unless you're talking normally or shout, Nikolai, they can't hear you. But you can hear them. You do hear this one man with a rough, tough voice that has seen some years in life, very bad years, does state, Look, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what your boss is thinking. But you ain't getting us. You ain't getting these rings. And you sure as heck ain't getting back those scrolls. And you know that other voice, the second voice about to speak. It is the partner that Jillian has. The one that, where, air quotes, they were in the cop car, like, going back to the station, and you, like, said, hey, how are you doing? Nice enough guy. He does state, look, we can talk this out, man. We'll deal with the situation at hand, and right now my partner is recovering. Either you cooperate, or things ain't going to be good for you. Cooperate. And you really think that'll happen after we've done all that to your men? Your choice. And you can tell out of game, he like draws his crossbow, lobbing it towards the man. It's a fine day indeed. What does that mean? Just always wanted to go out with a bang. And then you hear the distortion in the air, and you don't hear anything else after. You felt like a flame flickers in the echoing of that gem, and then it cuts off.
What?
Just cuts off.
I hope she's not dead. Above game.
She's being tended to. You know she wasn't there. You don't
Oh
know
my God.
about the partner, though.
Oh, I like scream into the thing. I was like, hello? Hello?
Keep trying to press it,
And
but you
then
remember it only works once a day.
Well, no, I thought it like, I didn't know if did it like end the call completely?
ended
and
the
it
call.
Didn't... Oh, gosh.
Like it cut it off.
Okay.
And there's only
Okay.
two reasons that would happen. One, if the thing was destroyed, or two, another magical effect within the area cut it off by either being too near it or other.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Nikolai's not worried at all. Yeah. Totally fine. Okay. Hey, Opal.
Yeah.
How you? Okay. Nikolai tries to like compose himself a little bit. Yeah, great, wonderful shops around. Fun times. Can you help me with something?
Depends on what it is.
So I'm trying to have a item made that is of all the people that I've met over the travels that I've been around, or at least the people that have not been able to stay with us for some reason or another. Mementos, I suppose. I was wondering if you could assist the craftsman in making it.
Might take some time, but probably I have nothing better out to do.
All right. I could. Do you need any money?
Probably, yeah. Like making something,
Okay.
Requires items, material cost, and I don't know, artisan hours.
Yeah.
Never really had to make
How much-
anything for someone else.
Well, yeah. So I mean, I didn't know how much you would want for helping. So I mean, yeah. Just name your price, I guess.
I don't know, just you said I'm helping someone, so ask them what I should charge, I guess.
Well, I'm paying them $100 for the hourly wage.
Canadian or American money?
100 gold. Sorry.
Well, they're probably experts in it, so probably 1/4 of that, 25 gold, I guess.
Okay. Well, I can give you a little bit extra, but yeah, sure.
All right. You tell her where to go, and she goes, all right. If you need me, I'll be at Marquis' shop, I guess.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Looks toward dust. Remember, don't tell anyone where you got those.
Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Those are some nice scrolls you got there.
Currently not visible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
That's definitely hidden them away. In fact, he probably hid them away before he even left the alley.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good.
I assumed.
Oh, look, Ada, she appeared on the game.
Yeah, they're still
Jeez.
loading the computer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on the thing. Okay, wow.
Yeah, they're. She'll get onto the Discord as soon as she can.
Okay. There she is. Probably you would head back and do some research unless Ada needs help doing something. So.
Yep. Okay.
I will probably go to another apothecary or even just a gardening shop to see if I can get some more wolfsbane potentially and some. Shoot, give me a second. There's another plant that I was looking for.
Uh-huh.
They're written down.
It's also later in the afternoon at this point. You left pretty early, so it's around noonish.
Yeah. Mistletoe.
Yeah. Okay. You go to apothecary without too much of an issue. I'll say it's fine because it's not that hard to find a shop that sells plants because it would very much stick out here.
Oh yeah.
You find one easily enough, and the shop owner in the background that seems to be a Furbolg. I always forget how to pronounce that. Nice purple coat of hair. Looking towards you, does state, Wolfsbane. That item is very hard to find. I'm afraid no one in this bazaar, much less the city, has any. Unless some rich sort of fellow has some in their possession, you'll likely not find it here. Only former hunter families have those types of things. So I suppose you can find one of them. Mistletoe itself is out of season right now, but we do have some dried up mistletoe if that would suffice.
Yes, dried mistletoe would suffice for what I'm wanting to use it for.
Very well then. Goes in the back, comes back out. I have a few sets here. I can sell you 5 of them. And if you want all 5, I'll cut you a deal and make it 2 silver.
Yes, I will take that.
Very well then. He gives you a good amount of mistletoe because even though it is dried up, it's still, hard to grow in the desert area. Not
Yeah.
impossible, but just has to be greenhouse for some time. He gives you them and goes, anything else, just let me know.
Yes, I think that'll be everything that I need for the time being. Thank you very much.
Of course. And again, if you're still looking for the wolfsbane plant, talking to a former hunter's family would be beneficial to you, I imagine.
Would you happen to know if there's any within the city? I'm not aware of any, as far as I'm aware.
The only former hunters that I know of were, I suppose, not a family, but a person in town. If you've ever heard of the Cawing Crow, which I think is the name of the bar owner themselves used to belong to one of the hunters' families.
Well, I'll have to have a speak with them. It is pretty spectacular. I'm actually staying at that tavern.
They are a little crotchety, so I would go with going straight to the point rather than flowery words.
Thank you for the heads up.
Of course. You begin to head out, and he continues to do his work. You meet up with the team without too much of an issue. How's it looking, Ada? Okay, nothing yet. I guess this is a good enough point to take our 5-minute break. So I'll see you back in a bit. Give him time to get here. All right, I'll be back in 5.
Okay.
Dum, 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 dum.
during the day? What was she going to be doing during the day?
Probably keeping her logs in her journal and trying to finish the puzzle. She'll probably be back at, what's the tavern called again that they're at?
Calling Crow.
I keep changing the name of the beginning.
It's something with Crow.
Agitated Crow.
Calling Crow.
Calling
I
Crow?
gave it like 4 names already.
Yeah. We're going to go with Calling Crow.
Yeah.
Calling Crow. Yeah, that's all she's going to
Man,
do.
I like agitated.
Agitated Crow.
Call Crow.
Yeah, that's all she's going to do.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm going to take you there. As you're in this small little bar without too much of an issue, most of the people are still there. Opal's gone doing whatever. Nikolai disappeared on me. I don't know why.
Oh, I deleted him. I didn't think you would be there because she was doing this while I was at the store.
No, I get that. I was just going to put you in the GM layer, but Nikolai is gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just deleted myself, so. Yeah.
That's fine. I'll bring you back eventually. But
Okay.
as you're in the bar, like learning a few things here and there, and honestly just relaxing, go ahead and roll an investigation check on the puzzle.
Okay. Leave. If I could.
If you're able to.
Yeah, hang on.
Natural 20.
Investigation, right?
Correct.
Huh?
Yes. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, didn't
Nice.
work.
You know what? That's good.
You begin to solve more of the puzzle, and now you have 2 of the sides solved. You still have that one where it's a nice little hiking trip up the mountains, but the second one seems to be a snow tundra covered in ice and an ice valley. Inside of it, you can tell that someone is like moving in the middle of it as if trying to track back wherever they're going from. At the very large end of that valley, you can tell that there's something chaotically dark within the valley's center. There is a storm brewing, but with that little visibility, you can't tell what it is. But you can tell that something heavily large is in the horizon line, as that entity seems to be the horizon line itself. 2 dark eyes look towards this entity going southwards. Whatever is going on in this picture, it's very ornate, very dark, and very beautiful. But you found 2 of the 6 sides solved. So that's good. A little macabre, but that's good. However...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Kaka.
No, I was going to say that was disturbing. All right. Go ahead.
Whisper states, so, do you find it yet? No, I haven't found it yet. Oh, so keep quiet. We have customers here. Oh, I'm surprised you actually having customers with your personality. Amusing. Look, I'm doing you a favor. Try not to get on my bad side. I mean, let's face it, everyone's on your bad side. You're not wrong there. Are you done here? You mind if I say hello to your customers? It's up to them. You gonna buy a drink or what? And he just like walks away. He comes over. Approaches the area, but doesn't like sit next to you guys. He's like 10-ish feet away from you guys, so close enough to actually hear him, but not so close like he's intruding immediately. He looks towards the main group, which is just Ada and I think we call them the squad.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He looks towards the squad and Ada. Hey. You new in town?
Yeah, we are.
Oh. That makes sense. Any reason why you stopped at this bar? I mean, the rooms are nice, but have you met the bar owner?
She has a different personality, but we're just being here for a few weeks. That's it.
I guess that's fair. The name's Turbo. Turbo. How would I pronounce that?
Turbled with a T or with an L? Like at the end.
Technically, it's a butchered spelling of terrible.
Oh, okay, I see now. All right.
Whatever.
Well,
he's just gonna say terrible. That's fine. Name's Turbo, by the way. Pleasure to meet you all.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Turbo. I'm Ada. Do you guys mind if I introduce you, or do you want to introduce yourselves?
It's fine. I don't mind. I guess.
Okay, well, that's Whisper. Ada points at Whisper. Then she points at Fauna and Mara. That's Fauna, and that's my friend Mara.
Oh, friends. That's cool. You guys going to like the festival thing next week? Well, in like 4 days, technically.
I didn't know there was a festival going on, but we probably will see it.
Yeah, Harvest Festival. Well, technically it's for something else too, but barely anyone remembers that. But
What's
yeah.
the other thing?
Oh, well, there is the Harvest Festival name because it's the same time, but before this, it was known as the Moonlight Festival. It's when the time of the year when sparkling stars show up out of nowhere. Only really astronomers know this anymore, but there are some certain stars in the sky that show up during this time period. I don't really know what it means, to be truthful, but it looks nice.
Well, that sounds lovely. I hope we get to see that.
Yeah. But either way, you call it the Moon Festival, the Harvest Festival, it's just a great time to party. But yeah, if you're newcomers, find me in town. Could treat you something. Have any more friends? Bring them along. The more the merrier. Hey, I might even introduce you to some of my friends.
That would be nice. Where will we find you exactly?
On the street somewhere, probably. Just came into town with Mom and Pop. We run, man, it's hard to speak in common sometimes. What's the one thing where you make noodles and you, like, fry them and then you, like, serve them to people? Food stall, yeah.
Oh, so your family are cooks or chefs?
Yeah.
Well, that's very nice. Do you also enjoy it, or you're more of you have your own little talent?
It's a thing to do. Older brother's taking over the business, so not worried about that. I have a job if I want it, but honestly, I'm more into, man, common words again. What's the thing when you, like, go off and, like, look into old buildings and find things? Whisper then states, a thief? No, like, no one's been living there for a while. Amara then states, archaeologist? Close. No, it's like sometimes very, very old things that, like, are sometimes haunted. Then Fauna states, treasure delver. Yeah, that's it.
I was gonna say ghost hunting, but
In the distance, someone says, are you talking about ghost hunting? Into that too, I guess. I did find some ghosts in some things I found. Like there's this old temple on the outskirts of town. He like shows you on a map. I've only been there once and only was just recently able to find the entrance, so... hey, if you have the manpower, I can, like, show you around. Don't really know what's inside, but it's a thing to do if you're just waiting.
Well, I'll talk to the rest of my friends and we'll think about it.
Yeah, no problem. Probably lots of fun. All right, catch you, Miss Ada, Miss Whisper, Miss Fauna, Miss Amara, especially you, Miss Fauna. He winks. What does that mean? I should go. Like, red face, immediately embarrassed. Like, does she not know? Did she not get it? Is she not into me?
Oh, God.
All those thoughts go in his head.
Young.
Young love. Fauna, have you ever been in love? No?
Wait.
I guess
I
you
don't
never...
know.
I don't even
think
know
so.
she knows what that means.
Fauna, do you know what love means?
I know my grandmother says that she loves me. And I've seen how she acts towards me.
Okay, well... Have you ever felt more... You know, we're friends. Like, we like each other as friends. Right?
I can't tell what you know, but I guess so.
Okay, so if you feel more passionate about someone, that means you love them. I guess that's... I don't know really how to completely explain it. Mara, you should probably... Mari, out of all people, you should know how to explain it.
Sure. Miss Fauna? Yeah? When you care for someone quite deeply, you do some things for them, not in service for another thing, but to make them happy, and sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad, depending on their own field of vision. But it's always for a connection with them. Like, what kind of connection? Usually romantical. Or friendship, honestly. It can be either. It doesn't have to involve something communal. It can be something personal. But it can be communal. You can love someone as a friend and like a strong friend. But it can also be something romantic. Like seeing a life with them as well. I don't really know what that means. You're still young. You have some time. I'm 23. You're still young. You have some time. Not everyone understands it just that easily, and even still, based off of what you are, Fauna, you might still have who knows how long until you figure it out. Okay. Miss Ada said we were friends. Are we friends? If you'd like to be. Does that mean I have to be friends with everyone in the group? Preferably? Is there someone you're trying to exclude? I don't think so. I just want to know if that's what I'm supposed to do.
I mean, if you want to, Fauna, it's your choice.
Looks towards Whisper. Miss Auntie, do you think I should be friends with everyone? I would answer that, but I don't think some people on this table would like the answer. So I'm going to say yes. Okay. I am friends with everyone now. I'm glad. I'm good. Good. It's always nice to have friends. Okay. When does the, love thing happen? Give it some time. It usually isn't immediately, and sometimes you can't tell. Just give it some time. Okay. Whisper looks towards you. I don't think that clarified anything for her.
No, but she's learning slowly. Slowly but surely. She'll get somewhere at some point.
Fair enough. And at this point, Nikolai and Stu return. Actually, before they return, Ada, you probably have another chance for the cube.
Okay. Please don't be one. That was quick. Okay, it's out of one. Did it not show up, or?
Is it a 5?
Nope.
Well,
You roll.
that
It didn't,
last roll.
it didn't roll it
last
again.
roll.
Hold on. Maybe I need to restart my site. Hang on.
Sometimes it's roll a 20.
No, it's because somehow I lost connection during all that.
Oh no.
It's just to the computer, not to the phone, thankfully. Hang on.
I guess we just were walking into the door, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's currently solving the puzzle.
Okay. I'll just. Hey, Dust, you want to grab a drink? What?
Yes and no. I was actually going to go talk to the barkeep about something.
Wait. So yes, or was that a no?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I thought you said yes and no. Sorry, I was confused.
Yes, I will be going up to the bar, getting a drink, but I also have something else to talk to the barkeep about.
Okay.
Oh, it's both of you again. Welcome back, I guess.
Yes. If we
You
can...
are the bartender.
Yes. Drink order.
Nice. Can I have some cactus juice?
Dust is just going to give him the most quizzical look of like, what the?
Is that?
If you think you can handle it, it should be fine. She takes out like a small little cactus, cuts it in half, pours half of it inside of a glass. She takes out something else that looks like vodka, but it isn't. Opens it, pours it inside. Honestly, it looks like water or vodka, depending on what you drink. It swirls inside. She takes like a small little... it looks like pink salt, but not exactly sure what it is. Pours it in and like mixes it all together. And hands it to you. With the mixture's coloration, it then turns into a green cactus color.
Interesting. Well...
That'll be silver.
Do you just... here you go. And then... So I give her a silver piece. And then... do you drink... Is this... I'll just drink the whole thing. Because
go ahead and roll Constitution.
I thought it would be like a shot. I mean, Nikolai would know, but yeah.
It's like a Long Island iced tea.
Did not mean to roll that. Wow, I'm rolling horrible today.
You take the shot. Oh, so 18 did show up, Ada. So more on that later.
Okay.
You down what is essentially a very tall glass. You take it straight. With the 12, you can tell that this is very active. Right now, you do see like everyone in twos, but you can tell that your vision is impaired. You see like everyone moving. They are moving, just like in a way, if you've ever seen it in TV, like slow motion moving around, but you see like phantom images of where they used to be while they also move.
Yep. Oh,
you're more or less hallucinating.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you didn't fail so bad that something happens, but know enough that what might happen.
Well, I'm gonna just, I'm gonna get thank you, and then just and kind of walk, help, and see what Ada's doing.
Okay. You get there eventually. Ada, you are able to solve another side of the puzzle. DC now is 12, so next time you do it, you just need to get 12. You saw a third side, and you saw the trek up the hill. You saw the not forest area, the frosted area. The next one seems to be a volcanic ash pit. Like the area itself is like very red, very dark, very umbered. You do see a body like wobbling in the lava pool. The area itself looks charred, looks burnt, but the individual inside seems to have no discoloration from their skin, which would so happen if you fell into lava, and are just like ebbing and flowing inside. You can tell, however, their eye seems to be like lost in thought and not really understanding what exactly is happening. At least that's what it feels like. There is no like dark danger in the area, no like bright shining light of blindness. There is just a man in a lava pool. Go ahead.
We lost it. Okay.
I just wanted to describe it.
Okay.
Also, thank you for letting me know. I don't know when it happened, but it happened.
Yeah, I think she was just disconnected. So.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Hopefully she gets back, but in the meantime, Dust.
Okay.
Oh.
There she is.
Yeah.
Spock.
Okay, it seems that it's still connecting. Okay, Dust.
I am going to order just an ale.
Okay.
Nothing too strong. Because Dust really can't hold his liquor. He's decent at it, but he can't hold his liquor.
Yeah. A standard ale is like 3 copper.
Yeah. And then then Dust will open up. I heard that you used to hunt lycanthropes.
Used to have vampires, but yeah, about the same thing.
I'm currently working on an item that was commissioned of me, and I would like to pick your brain a little bit on it. I'm making a weapon that's designed to aid in the killing or dealing with the lycanthropes.
All right.
Is there any particular type of features? Well, it's in particular a blade that I've been commissioned to make. Is there any type of feature that is in particular that is a hunter would particularly like in a blade?
Specifically, you would have to make it in an assortment of metals rather than pure silver. It would be the most effective towards lycanthropes, but you would only have one shot, one kill kind of thing. So you need to have a blend of metals inside. Best bet is to have it tipped in silver rather than having the full blade in silver. Many people have made that mistake before.
Okay.
Other things to have in mind is to have other weapons outside of those tipped in silver. Armaments to perhaps inhibit the individual, slow them down, or stop them altogether. There are a few plants and other weaponry, poisons, and the like, spells if you have them, that can do it.
Okay, that's very good information. Then I'll kind of go on to kind of explain the design that I'm kind of wanting to make. With this particular design into play, so I want to make this as usable as possible with utility, but also making it look really nice at the same time with my craftsmanship. Is there any particular portion that you would say would need an additional features as well? I'll kind of just have like a simple, like a drawing of it, a draft.
Yeah. You show her, tell her, and she does state, I've not an enchanter myself, but if I had to guess, you would need to have a hilt with the appropriate symbols to house so many enchantments, so many spells inside. So we need a specialist in this. Someone that could... Even one thing, I'm told, is hard to enchant. enchanting the same thing with 2 properties is very, very difficult. 3 is nigh impossible, and the amount of things you're trying to cooperate together, well, things will likely bump into each other. If I had to guess, maybe find someone that has greater skills than you, or at the very least, come and find something for the Hilt's own properties. Some material that can house a multitude of magic inside of it. Maybe the same type of material that a Pearl of Power is made out of, I suppose.
Hmm. Yeah, that is a very good point. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Anything that I can do? Because you did help me a great deal.
Just a bartender. Drink your drink.
Very well.
At this point, just ignores you.
Yeah. And like later on in the night, I'll purchase some food and.
Yeah. She's not anyone heavily special. She is a level 5 ranger. She is good at her job, but she's retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she wasn't. And she mostly dealt with your vampire minions.
Yeah.
From the sounds of it.
Like vampire spawn, minions, maybe some undead here and there, but no like true lycanthropy. Although some people do put the 2 and 2 together, like vampires and werewolves. Both are bred by a curse, but one can be transmuted by just a scratch, while the other one has to be inflicted by actually doing it. Percival means is what I was trying to say. Still didn't say it right, even though I slowed down. But yeah, the advice is still sound, still solid, but not exactly the thing you were trying to ask about.
Mm-hmm.
But still, she does bring up a good point. If you don't make the hilt, at the very least, strong enough to hold such magical properties, the blade could just crack. So watch out for that.
Yeah. And so like in this city, I'm not going to be doing my major work on the blade. It'll be mostly just like prep work.
Yeah.
Because Dust does know that. But hearing that, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is definitely something that I'll have to do. Finer material, because between carbon steel and silver, it would be able to hold probably one, but the blade wouldn't be able to hold more than that. So
like there are 2 ways of just go ahead and roll insight.
Okay.
13's not bad. There are 2 ways that you can currently think of that might be beneficial to learn while you're here. One of them is learning a new way to temper steel or metal. And another would be to find certain items and try to figure out how they understand and how they operate and how they hold enchantments together. Like if you find separate kind of items that hold enchantments in different ways, that might prove useful. Those are 2 things you understand easily enough with 13.
Yeah.
But going back to Ada, hopefully you can hear this. You solve another side. It is a lake bed of lava, currently charred and maimed area. However, there is someone floating in the lava itself, like a wave pool, but they are not moving anywhere. However, their body doesn't seem to be charred or burned whatsoever. They just seem to be foggy-eyed, looking in the distance. Like not a care in the world, but at the exact same time, not really focusing on anything. The DC has gone down to 12.
Okay, can you guys hear me before I?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. I'm back again. So the guy isn't dead?
No, he's just like waving in lava, like not moving, staring blankly in the horizon line. There is like no dark shadow in the area. It's just like a man in a wave pool, but it's lava.
These pictures are very unsettling, but they're beautiful. I don't understand them. Nikolai, are you okay, by the way? Whatever you drank?
Yes, Ada. Yes.
This entire time he's been trying to grab at the chair, but he keeps missing. A little too much to the left, or a little too much to the right.
Yeah, I did.
I'm doing great. Yep, doing great.
He found the chair.
Gonna get Ada help him.
Yeah, you easily do so. He recovers in like 10 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just sit. I'll pull out the book and just kind of try to focus on looking at the book for a little bit.
You get so dizzy, you almost want to hurl. But 10 minutes do pass, and eventually you are able to refocus again. By that time, Dust does come back to the table.
Hey, how was your shopping trip?
Mm-hmm.
Dust says nothing.
Yeah. Coming back, be like, it was very fruitful. I got a number of items that will actually greatly help in production of the blade. Mostly getting items, for the most part. But fairly good spells. So I'll probably wait to use them until I get home. Until we get to Yupta. But decently good, really good spells. Will help out a great deal.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you got those spells.
Yeah.
While you guys were out shopping, I think Fauna has slightly learned what friends are, or at least what love is. She's learning.
I mean, I don't even know if anybody knows what love is. I think that's it's like a personal concept.
I mean, Amara has a pretty good description of love.
Concept of it, but Nikolai isn't wrong. People do express or understand love in their own ways.
I think you should just try to tell her love or explain love by showing love, and like there can be more types of love than just romantic love. Like there can be friendship love, or there can be people that love you as just a family member or something like that. It's different.
Fun just look towards you. What does that mean?
Which one?
All of them. Let's go with the family one first. What's family love?
So basically it means that you have a affection and care for somebody just because you're related to them, and you would do things for them because either they're your kid and you care about them, like because you want the best for them, so that you're always going to love them no matter what they do, but you're not always going to love how they act.
I don't think I have any children. I don't think I have that kind of love.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to express. I mean, you can treat people like that if you feel like that they can be like your children, but you don't have to necessarily have children or family. You can have it with family too, but sometimes it's harder when they're not your kids, I guess. I don't really understand it.
So they have to be younger than you to love them?
No,
No.
I think you're thinking about it as like one situation. I think there's a lot of different situations where you can't just define one emotion in. It's like there's more than one way to understand it, I guess.
But then how does that resolve anything?
It doesn't. That's why emotions are confusing sometimes.
Okay. You're not sure if she understood. She just believes you.
Okay, yeah. Nikolai's gonna sit down.
And
If he's just gonna, yeah, okay.
I'm just
Yeah.
asking this is a pretty deep question, but can Ada make an insight check to know if she knows what family love is?
Ada or Fauna?
I guess Ada.
Yeah, go for it. Can you roll? You can tell that, based off of your own understanding of it, how Nikolai has been describing it, it's kind of hard to tell with your own family. Like, you know it was there, specifically in, like, your younger siblings, but the main one that you remember is your older brother. You always used to, like, play around, horse around, and, like, he gave you nicknames here and there. Those were honestly good memories. You know that is familial love. You're not fully sure about Nikolai's own description, but it was something you enjoyed. One of the few times you enjoyed time with family. You also don't believe Fauna understands.
You know, fair enough. Okay.
Based off of Nikolai's description, she doesn't understand it. You
Fauna,
also kind of know her family situation right now.
Yeah.
Vana, you'll understand at some point.
Yeah, that's what Amara said.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to Yupta, we'll be staying with my family. You'll be able to at least see it up front.
Okay.
At least family love, and potentially even romantic love with between my parents. So, well, not between you and my parents, but the romance that my parents have.
I mean, they're not my family. I don't think I would love them. Unless I'm older than them?
So,
No,
so
either way.
understanding love doesn't mean you have to experience it. You can see someone else's love by seeing how they act towards each other.
Oh.
And that can give you a better understanding for you yourself.
Oh, so it's tied by a physical representation.
Not a physical representation always. Sometimes it does. But many times it's actually more emotional than anything.
Looks at you puzzled.
Yeah.
In time you'll get it.
This is
I think you're making it worse.
Yeah, I think we should stop.
Yeah, no, that Dust is essentially saying in time you will get it.
Yeah. Like everyone else, in time you'll get it. Okay. You don't know if she does. But Whisper does state. Anyways, so any reason why Oppo isn't back yet? It's around 2 p.m. now. Although it's still pretty early, I guess you could still be shopping and whatever. Who knows? Maybe she met a boy in town.
Yeah.
Can happen. We met a boy in the tavern, so not that surprising.
That was a boy?
Yeah, 19, 20-ish. Boyish.
I could not tell because of
I'm 27. Boy, says Whisper.
No, I couldn't tell. Never mind. No, that was me out of game. I could not tell what that NPC was. So
He's a tabaxi.
yeah, I didn't know that was a guy or couldn't tell if that was a guy or a girl NPC. That's
Honestly
what I'm saying.
androgynous, but
Okay, yeah,
boy.
Like Susie from Deltarune.
sure, okay. Anyways, yeah, Nikolai's gonna go upstairs and start just like heading in for the night and reading.
It is very early, but okay.
I mean, I didn't know
yeah.
how much time we have. I just
He's-
think we
it's
could
fine, it's
just
fine.
speed up. Yeah.
You spend the day reading. Does there anything else you do other than relax for the day?
Yeah, he's just gonna essentially relax, kind of working on the design a little bit more.
All right.
And then kind of thinking about what materials he'll need, what his next move and action will be. Just above game. Within town, I will essentially be able to learn one of these two things that you told me about, right? Either how to temper steel or the enchantment materials,
Yeah.
right?
It's not impossible to find.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not honestly not impossible to find. Again, harvest time, which means party, but it also means like a whole bunch of people coming into town. A lot of those could be trade dealers and things of that nature. So easily enough able to find someone that could potentially help you in that regard. It could be a blacksmith, but it can also be other kinds of people that can help you. You can honestly get creative. It all depends on what you try to find. Or who.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. I'll think about that and let you know next session.
Yeah, you begin to draft your work and things of that nature. Ada, what do you do?
Ada's going to continue the puzzle while also waiting for Opal to come back.
You have another puzzle, by the way.
Yeah, there's the ring
The
one,
sword.
right?
The sword.
The ring one you
What?
solved, like, almost immediately.
Wait, I got 3? I thought I had 2.
She only had
Okay.
2.
I think we just gave you a ring one because it was an easy puzzle to solve, and you solved it.
Oh.
Wait, no, Fauna solved that one, or at least tried to solve it.
Someone solved it.
Somebody did.
Interesting.
But yeah, there's the sword
Wait,
in the
where
cube.
did the sword come from? Wait,
Yeah.
I don't remember the sword.
The sword one was the one that I gave you. So one of them was one I won. One of them was the one. So I won 2. I won a sword and the other one, and then you won a different one. You won one of them.
Yeah.
And Nikolai also won a dagger that he gave to Dust currently.
Yeah.
Alright. I see now.
Still to the cube?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, waiting for Opal to come back.
Yeah, it's going to take a couple of hours, so roll 3 investigation checks.
Alright. 1. Oh my gosh. Is it just gonna be double numbers? 3. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. It's now down to 10, and it can't go any lower than that, so just don't fail. So 2 more, so there's only 1 more to be solved. So you saw the frozen tundra, you saw the hiking one, you saw the lava one. The 4th one you solve, you can tell that it is underwater. There's coral reefs all up in the area, and you do see a shark in the distance. You do see a humanoid with like a whole bunch of filigree on them, but they are also a merfolk. Currently, they are swimming in the area, but in the distance, you do see that they're swimming towards something. A very large, intricate building, but the building itself seems to be made out of not material that you're used to, but coral. But it is a lot smoother than you would expect. Whatever kind of coral this is, it was grown to make this spire, rather than accidentally being made this way. You can tell that the spire itself has strange symbolism on it, a story that you can just barely make up, but you can tell, because of course you're Ada. It tells of a story of a slumbering dragon falling deep into the ocean after being betrayed by another dragon in the sky. Soon after, this dragon is being dragged up by another thing. To the imagery, it looks like a giant humanoid merfolk bringing them back, but if you could probably tell, you can go ahead and roll insight. It's probably just a depiction of what happened. Representation of what happened. Soon enough, these two images are same-sized. It's it's a metaphor, like something bigger than the dragon lifted it from itself drowning. It's not as if a giant came down to bring the dragon back up. It's more like something saved it, something bigger than itself, or at least something metaphorically bigger than itself. Because the next image shows this humanoid merfolk and this dragon around the same size, parred and equal. Soon enough, you do see that this dragon, this merfolk, have like changed once more. The dragon now stands as a man, and the merfolk is still a merfolk. But you do see small little humanoids running around them, 3 of them, in fact. It is a story being told as the swimmer moves towards the spire. It's beautiful. A story of found love and family. The 5th one, as you solve that side, you can tell that it is a tavern. Honestly, not so descriptive, depictive tavern. It has no names or bearings, but it is written in a strange language you known as Draconic. If you can read it, that's fine. Honestly, it just tells you the prices of stuff. But the depiction of the individuals inside seem to be jovial, all laughing, all commuting, and honestly, all there. But in the distance, just barely visible in your own viewpoint, you do see that there's a window on the inside this tavern. Through it, you do see a burning building. You do see people crying, people shouting, people running away from this strange giant eyeball in the sky, just shooting laser beams to them as 8 other eyes surround its main form and body. These people run while the people in the tavern laugh. And that's the 5th side.
Well, the love story was nice. The other one was something.
Something.
Okay.
But soon enough, Opal does return after that macabre tale. Without too much of an issue.
Sorry, say that again. My thing cut off.
Opal just returns.
Okay. Opal, where have you been?
Helping out Nikolai's friends do something. I don't really know where he met him, other than the clothing guy. We're like making a scarf for him.
Oh, really?
He paid a lot of money. Hopefully it's worth it.
Well, it's probably worth it to Nikolai.
Probably. I don't really know what's worth it to him. But yeah. Right now I'm making sure everything was not going awry. We have a good chance of making it. We just require time, mainly most of tomorrow. So I'm probably not going to be around tomorrow, just letting you know. But yeah, it's looking at a 95% chance of actually succeeding. So unless someone messes things up in town, we shouldn't have an issue. So keep an eye on Nikolai so he doesn't mess anything in town. Or dust, accidentally.
I don't think Dust would do anything, but Nikolai,
accidentally?
Maybe.
Yeah. Doing something and just went one step too far. Yeah, no, that sounds like me.
I'll keep them out of trouble.
Right. Did we ever solve the room issue, by the way? Because if we do split it by what we identify ourselves as, Dust and Nikolai get an entire room to themselves.
I think that we will at least keep most likely it'll be Nikolai and I sharing a bed. Given that they're big enough.
Yeah, easily. Just Opal doesn't think it's fair that 5 people to one room and 2 people to the other.
Yeah, no. It's very much like one person will have a bed to themselves. That's the thing. And it definitely will be not Dust or Nikolai.
There's also
So.
the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna do what. Yeah, I'm gonna do what their character would do. Whisper like gets out of the bed she was currently in, that she was sharing with Fauna, goes into the right adjacent room, which would be Dust and Nikolai's room. Yeah, on it. She goes inside and basically boots probably Nikolai off of the bed he was currently sleeping in, or like resting and reading. Yeah, sharing your room. Like, sits down.
What? Gee, I was. Did I get anywhere on my book?
Yeah, you got pretty far. Like, you're understanding the basics of enchantment-based magic, clerical magic, illusionary script. You are understanding it quite well and quite fast.
If you're here, you're gonna have to help me read this book because I'm trying to read it and I need quiet, or at least you're gonna have to like give me some pointers.
All right, fine, but I'm an arcane trickster. I don't have that much knowledge.
Well, I mean, you're good at reading, right? So, I mean, you can do something.
Yeah,
At
yes.
least, like, what?
You can read.
I know I can read, but you are good at understanding how magic flows, right?
Yes. It's a
So,
weird thing to ask. You can read for me.
Wait.
No, you can read, Nikolai. I believe in you.
Is this Opal or Whisper? This is Whisper, right?
This is Whisper. She always messes with you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, how does your dagger work?
It's just a channeler device. I imbue it with magic.
How do you do that?
It's like doing the same thing like with your spells in your arm. You just circulate it through your body and it connects with the attuned or equipped item.
Oh, so like it has the magic in it, and you don't have to do anything. It just does it.
Yes and no. I'm assuming you know of attunement items.
Well, yes,
kinda
I
the
have
same
a couple.
thing. The dagger itself is an attunement item and it has its own properties, but you can also unleash those properties of your own accord. Attunement just means it synchronizes with yourself and your body. The way I can do it with this item, it has its own properties, sure, but specifically and purposefully for myself, I can also adjust my own skill set to also work with the dagger. Rather than the dagger
Okay.
just doing its own thing and I just turn it on and off.
Okay. Interesting. What happens if you like try to like what happened when you did that one thing where you stuck it in the ground when we were fighting that one time? And then it kind of like went crazy.
Pretty sure that was you that made it go crazy, but honestly, good job. Like, honestly, I'm surprised you even did that. Well, that was a disruption in my own magical flow. Like I mentioned beforehand, I can adjust my own power into the dagger, which is what I was doing. When it went crazy, it's called a disruption. Kind of like a counterspell or a de-spell, but ultimately it caused the caster, in this case me, to not fully allow control of the spell or effect.
Okay. If
So,
I
Kind of pay the
Here.
price for that.
I'm gonna dig into my bag real quick, and then I'm gonna pull out the wand of lightning bolt. And I'm gonna say, hey, just can I look at your knife real quick? You can hold this if you want to.
It's not like I can't take it back from you.
Well, I know you can't, but at least you have something to say. They're like, oh yeah, here you go. You can hold this. I don't know if you had a lightning bolt wand before, but
yeah,
something.
whatever. Like, she takes it from the wrong side and lets you see the dagger.
Okay, I just like kind of like look at the dagger and see how the magic works, and if there anything kind of like if there's some kind of weirdness that the magic is like blocked in a certain way, or if there's something that happened from that fight that hasn't been resolved, or if there's something that maybe like how the magic is channeled through this knife, because it seems like it acts a little bit differently than some items would.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll Arcana. You've been reading the standard books, so if you find anything that's off balance, you could probably find it. Advantage.
Oh, I'll roll again. 21.
Nice.
Yeah.
You begin to, you saw Opal do this kind of work, so it's not impossible for you to find. You may not understand it, but you can find it. You begin to examine it. You can tell that there are some scripts within the dagger itself. It does have like its own magical potencies. You do. Does Nikolai read our Draconic?
Yes.
Nice. You can tell that there are some spells in it that are intertwined within the armament itself, which means that this type of item has to be very, very sturdy and very, very strong. It has to be a mastercraft item, which just means that whoever made this is at the top of their class, of their skill, of their own job set. So not a novice could make this.
Okay.
But you can tell that the way it's flowing and the way it works, it is also taking from the wielder rather than taking from Oni itself. By the way it's read, or at least the way you understand it, it is purposefully in this manner. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't like, oh, I accidentally made something. Well, I can probably sell it off. This was done on probably by order and for a specific means and purpose. There is nothing that is currently wrong with it. It's just the way you look at it, the way you stopped her from ultimately maybe taking you down. You're not entirely sure. You might have been able to take it. Just disrupted the spell. It was more or less like you cut off the circuit by cutting it with the circuit. So it like broke.
Like when you go into a fuse box and then you flip the fuse box when when you shouldn't have or something, and then you're like, oh, then it like popped a breaker or something.
Yeah. Like it can be fixed or it can mend, but it's not a problem. Like she'll be fine. The item will also be fine.
Okay.
She just looks towards you. You done?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Exchange hands, item for item. All right.
Okay.
Now, you can sleep in my bed if you want, but watch yourself.
Okay.
He just sleeps. Like immediately goes down.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I'll just. I need 8 hours of sleep, don't I? I don't really care. Nikolai's not gonna sleep. He's just gonna read it all night.
Okay. Luckily enough, you're not fighting anyone.
Like he doesn't need to get spell slots back because he has all his spell slots. So
you haven't used them, so yeah. You can tell that when you get a little cold during the night, you try to go for the blanket, but she has already taken all of it.
Yeah, I'd imagine. So.
Yeah.
Well, Nikolai, you have a choice. You can either share the bed with Dust or Whisper.
Well, I'm not. Nikolai doesn't get cold. He's cold inside.
Maybe emotionally. But it is cold. It's very, very cold.
Oh wow. Well, I mean, I could cast if I go back into my Druidcraft spells, I can just reform my Druidcraft spells and then cast create bonfire.
There is no place to burn anything in this room. Unless
create bonfire? The spell?
Oh, the spell. What does it describe? How is it described? Sorry.
Hold on. Create bonfire. I'd have to remake some once. I don't know if I have to do a long rest to remake it. Create bonfire. On the ground you see within range until the spell ends. The magical bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature in the bonfire space when you cast a spell must succeed on it's like a damaging spell. But a creature also makes a saving throw when it moves into the bonfire space for the first time. The bonfire ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
Okay. How long does it last?
It lasts for a minute.
I guess you could technically make a bonfire for a minute.
I know. I think there's other spells, like druid cantrips.
It's fine.
But yeah.
Don't care
With
that much.
bonfire, though, you do have the potential of actually catching the tavern on fire.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Like, I don't care that much. If you want to stay in your own room, or at least that same bed, it's fine. You just have to, like, grab a coat or something.
Okay.
You'll be fine. You grab a coat. You're no longer heavily cold, but you can sustain it. Thankfully enough, this does honestly keep you awake, so it does help to read. You guys begin to... Go ahead.
Produce flame is another good spell.
It also causes a fire.
Well, I mean, you can do it in your hand also.
That's true. And I'm sure there's like a torch in the area or a light that you can like stick nearby. You find a candelabra and like light up all 5 candles. You stick it close to you.
Yeah.
The night is long, but over the course of time, you begin to like drowse off. By the time morning breaks, Nikolai, you're exhausted, but so long as you don't fight anyone or try to persuade anyone, you should be fine.
So I'll take 1 exhaustion point, but yeah.
But you can tell you... Actually, Nikolai, roll history. Advantage.
Okay. Advantage. Up 19.
Like, you weren't done beforehand. Like, you would... you had read, like, some stuff about magic until you got bored of it. So, rereading it, memorizing it, and then reading this book again, you spent the night just trying to finish this book, which you did. You kept most of the information. Obviously, there are some things that slip here and there. But as long as you've continued to work on how things work, how to observe things, and like look at magical things from time to time, you should be able to retain most of the knowledge. Obviously, once you go into a specific field, you'll probably forget most of the other knowledge. But right now, you do have a base understanding of magic.
Wow! Level up.
You can now unlock your 2nd level spells.
Dope. Okay. Where do I put that? I don't know where to put that, but
It's fine.
okay.
Yeah.
Level 2. Okay. Okay.
People do arise, wake up, go downstairs, rehuddle. Bar owner, tender is there. No one else really is. No one really goes to this bar unless they go to drink. Last night there were a good amount of people drinking, but not a lot of space, so didn't want to overfill this area. But no one really stays here. But Opal looks towards you guys.
Of course us.
What was that? Oh, yeah.
Except for, of course, us.
Yeah. Opal does look towards you guys and does state, all right, gonna go to work, I guess. If you need me, I'll be at the clothes shop owner's house, workplace. I don't know. He called it the Forge.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, see you guys later.
Yeah.
Disappears into
Amara.
See you later.
yeah?
Nikolai like comes up to Amara and like says like his eyes are like super wide, like he's like she can tell he hasn't slept at all. I finished the book.
That's good.
But I also have this book, and he shows her the other book, which is the Magical World Around Us book.
Oh.
Can you help me look into reading this one?
I can take a look, but I've never read this book before. I don't know this author. But as long as you find it in a good place, it should be fine.
Yes. Well, it seems more complicated, but I think I have a good understanding of the basic knowledge of it. So
All right. She opens it up to a section, and she does state, "Huh, interesting. Well, right now, from what I found, it does speak about a plane known as Mechanus, a being or creature of mechanical construction, forming and replicating 1,000-fold, each replication being different than its own, weaker, but continuing on those replications until it becomes a single number, an entity that can only take one order above itself. It seems to be a structured form of magic in a very controlling way.
what is this plane?
Apparently some domain called Mechanus. It's nothing I've heard about, but it is interesting.
Interesting, indeed. Is that where that? So there was this one time when we went through the in the forest. There was somehow one of that a robot thing came out of nowhere. I don't know why, but it came out of nowhere.